Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this video in one go. I apologise in advance if I stumble over my words going forwards, and indeed, if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well, if there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it can't be helped, and hopefully it's not too much of an issue for you. Today is yet another Eurovision related video here on my channel, specifically relating to Melodifestivalen, which as we all know is the Swedish selection for the Eurovision Song Contest. Before I get into that, I want to briefly mention that there has been quite a bit of news in the world of Eurovision since my last video, which was a week or two ago. We now know that scenario A that the European Broadcasting Union put forwards with regards to how this year's Eurovision Song Contest is going to be staged is not going to happen. It will not be a Eurovision with a full crowd, which I think everybody expected. However, scenario B, a socially distanced contest in which I believe the Ahoy in Rotterdam could still be 80% full, that's a scenario that could still happen. However, if we're being totally realistic, scenario C appears to be the most likely at this moment in time, which is the 4th of February, and that would be a contest in which some of the artists stay at home, some of the artists travel to Rotterdam. Scenario D, of course, is the worst case scenario, still very much a possibility, it must be said, in which all of the artists, all of the delegations, they stay in their own countries. But we wait and see what happens with regards to the ongoing pandemic and what the Dutch government say and what the governments across Europe and indeed Australia say, because of course there are certain travel restrictions in place. We also now know the entry for France this year, Voila by Barbara Pravi. Earlier today, there will be a blog post within the next few hours, all being well, regarding this. The Ukrainian song has been revealed. It's called Shum, which means noise, I believe. My thoughts on that so far? I do need to listen to it again. I don't mind it. It's got a sort of menacing feel to it, which I quite like, actually. Anyway, Melfest. I have some information in front of me to make sure I don't forget anything. Melodifestivalen. It's a big deal in Sweden. It's pretty much the most watched show every year over there. This year is the 61st edition, so it's been going a long, long time. It starts this Saturday, the 6th of February. This Saturday at the time of recording, that is, finishes on the 13th of March. Because of the ongoing pandemic, all shows will be in Stockholm this year at the Annexet, which is a relatively compact venue right next door to the Globen. It's part of that complex, and the Globen, which is that golf ball shaped venue, of course, hosted Eurovision in 2016. Christer Björkman himself is going to host all the shows. He's been involved with Sweden at Eurovision for a long, long time. If you watch contests from years ago, he's always in the green room whenever Sweden get 12 points, and he's been involved in Eurovision itself as well. He's put together the running order for the grand final in the past. Anyway, he's going to be joined by a whole bunch of hosts. Another fun fact I've just remembered about Christer Björkman is that, of course, he represented Sweden in Malmö in 1992. Didn't do that well. But anyway, Lena Philipsson, who did quite well in 2004, she's one of the guest co-hosts. Oscar Zia, the runner-up in Melfest a few years ago, he's involved. Anis Don Demina, he's been involved a few times. Jason Diakite, who is a rapper better known as Timbuktu, he's going to co-host at some point. Per Andersson, who is a comedian and actor, he's involved. Pernilla Wahlgren, the mother, I believe, of Benjamin Ingrosso, the 2018 representative, and she's been in Melfest before. She's going to co-host. Shirley Clamp, been involved many times before. She's a co-host. Måns Zelmerlöw, of course, former winner, and been involved in Melfest 3 times, I think it is. Obviously, one with Heroes, as we all know. He's going to be there. And Shima Niavarani, who is a Swedish-Iranian actress, singer, playwright and director, also going to be one of the co-hosts. 28 acts split into 4 heats. Then there is a second chance round. Then there is the grand final. Heat 1, 7 acts. 2 will go through directly to the final. 2 will go through to the second chance round, meaning 3 songs will be out at the very first stage. The songs in question: One Touch by Kadiatu, this is in the actual running order, Pretender by Lilla Sister, Horizon by Jessica Randerson, The Missing Piece by Paul Ray, Tankarinta als Gohem by Arvingana, can't quite remember what that translates as, but it doesn't really matter, Fingerprints by Natalie Breidolf, and Dandy Dancer by Danny Saucedo. a little bit of information on all of the artists. Those musicians I wasn't familiar with when the list of participants was revealed ages ago. I did my research off camera. Kadiatu Claudine Holm Keita was born in September 2001. She's 19, and she was on Idol 2018, in which she finished second. This song, One Touch, is essentially her breakout hit. Lilla Sister are from Gothenburg. They've been making music since 2006, and they are an alternative metal and hard rock group. Part of me is sort of expecting something very sort of early Linkin Park-ish. I could be well off with that, but we'll see. Jessica Randerson was part of Fame alongside Magnus Bäcklund in the Riga 2003 contest with Give Me Your Love. It finished 5th, I believe. She's 47. She's been involved in Melfest loads of times. She is a Melfest veteran. Paul Ray's been involved in Melfest quite a few times recently. He's 28 from Lund. He's released one album and a couple of EPs, and Talking in My Sleep reached the top 10 of the Swedish charts. Arvingarna are a dance band who've been together since 1989. They represented Sweden the year I was born, 1993, with Eloise, ba ba ba, just a really good feel-good tune. And they've been involved in Melfest a bunch of times. I Do was their entry in 2019. It did reach the final. Seems to be the only Swedish language entry here. Or is Danny Saucedo's song in Swedish? Can't quite remember. I'm about to find out. Natalie Breidolf. Don't know much about her. She was on Idol in 2018. Born in 1995. This is her Melfest debut. Apparently her ballad, I believe it is pretty good. And Danny Saucedo is a huge star. He's 34. He has a Polish father and Bolivian mother. He was on Idol as well. He might have won it, I'm not entirely sure. He was part of EMD, who were in Melfest in 2009, and he's been a Melfest runner-up twice before. However, his song, I've seen a few comments, and not a lot of people are really loving it. Anyway, I'm going to listen to 1-minute clips of the audio on the svtplay.se website. I don't really know anything about these songs. I've tried to stay away from any information. So this is absolute first thought. The videos that I'm watching won't be in the bottom corner of the video you're watching. It doesn't really matter because these are still images anyway. And here we go. Kadiatu. This is the one I'm looking forward to the most, actually. From this first semi-final, I've got my post-it notes just in case I want to jot anything down. Joy Deb, Linnea Deb, Jimmy Turnfelt and Anders Rethov have written this one. Apologies if there's any lag. This is it then. One Touch by Kadiatu. Okay. Does feel quite contemporary already. It's building up to something. Rhythm of the Night. I like the vocals. Deep Blue Sea. Actually, lots of nows and nas, and I always think repetitive lyrics is just a cop-out. It's almost as if the songwriters couldn't be bothered to fill it with something else. It's got a sort of clubby beat. Very chart-friendly. The chorus is very underwhelming, because that pretty much is the chorus, isn't it, that I just listened to there at the end of that clip. I don't mind it, but I was hoping for something a little bit more explosive. Maybe we'll get that towards the end of the song. I was hoping for something a little bit fresher in sound as well, but I like her voice, and it seems as though she's going to have a bunch of dancers on stage with her, which will elevate this performance. Let me just listen to some of it again, if I can. There's a bit of lag here, oh dearie me. Yeah, I do like her voice. Sounds very similar to somebody else. Can't remember who. Da, 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 da. I mean, it's fine, but it feels as though this is going to be a very repetitive track, which could be its downfall. Anyway, I don't mind it at all. Let me know your thoughts. Song 2, Pretender by Lilla Sister. So this is going to be a heavy track. And we've got 4 bearded guys at the helm. Just waiting for it to load up. Here we go. Acoustic. Dum 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 dum. Oh, feels very 90s pop punk, but more low key at the moment. Oh, I like this. It's not super heavy from the sounds of it at all. It's a pleasant acoustic tune. Boom, boom, with the drums in the back. Oh! Now it's heavy. Oh! All of a sudden it became a bit like Metallica. So it started off low-key, quite acoustic, quite melodic, and then all of a sudden it became a lot heavier. They seem to have stopped the clip just as it was starting to get pretty interesting. That's one that I quite like the sound of. My cup of tea, perhaps. Isaac Hallian, Pelle Hammarlund, Ian Paolo Lira, Jakob Retzer, and Martin Westerstrand, the songwriters for that one. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm pleasantly surprised by that. I can't believe I'm saying this, but actually I like that one more than Kadiatu so far. Song 3, Jessica Randerson, the Melfest veteran herself. Horizon, the name of this particular track. Let's see what this one's like. As always, let me know your thoughts. Oh. This is quite stripped back. Okay, building up ever so slightly. So easy to fall in love. Yeah, this to me feels like a typical Melfest track, if you see what I mean. We get songs like this every year. Quite uplifting. Backing vocals. A little bit soulful. And that's it. Oh. Well, hang on a minute. I want to check out some more of that, I think. Jessica Randerson with Horizon. Not bad. David Kreuger, Fredrik Schemper, Marcus Lidén, Christian Holmström and Jesper Jakobsen have written that one. Not bad at all. Not really high impact, but we know that Jessica's a good performer and she's got a great voice, so she will really sell this. She's in this sort of powerful pose in the picture that I can see. Not bad at all, but that's not by any stretch of the imagination a Melfest winner. Paul Ray next. Not a lot of people really talking about this one being a serious contender. The Missing Piece. I didn't mind his previous Melfest entry. Here we go. Okay, this is more up-tempo than his previous attempt. Oh. Sorry, the audio keeps cutting out a bit. Come on. There's a sort of nostalgic feel to this song, sort of like a road trip number, if you see what I mean. I quite like this. It'll be interesting to see the staging. I like his voice. Yeah, it's quite a sweet track, this. I really quite like that. I really do. This is looking like a strong heat, at least in my opinion so far. He wrote this with Laurel Barker and Frederick Sonnefours. Yeah, really don't have too much to say about this. I know it's not the most riveting reaction. He looks quite serious in the clip, the picture that they've put up here. I don't know what he's got in his hands. Looks like a rolled up piece of paper. But anyway, really good. Really like that. Arvingana now. Tankarinta als Gohem. I'm expecting Schlager Pop here. Great performers, this group. Oh yeah. There's a swing to this. And it's in Swedish. Yeah, very retro, bit of a throwback sound. Oh yeah. I mean, this is not modern. But this is what they're good at. Oh yeah. You can dance to this, have a bit of a boogie. It's not as up-tempo as I do, but it's fun. Oh, don't rule that out, going directly to the final. Stefan Brunzell, Nana Grunwald, Thomas Gierson and Bobby Ljunggren have written that one. Do not rule that out at all. Lots of fans in Sweden, they'll be rooting for them. And, I mean, they did reach the Melfest final last time. They've been in Melfest many times before. And it's sweet. It's fun. It's nothing amazing. But it's not bad at all. Now, next up is Natalie Breidolf, or Breidolf, with Fingerprints. Now, this apparently is perhaps the surprise of this semi-final. Andreas Johansson, Ette Zellmann, Laurel Barker and Anna Clara Follin have written it. It is a ballad, yeah. Ooh, piano. Very sparse. Ooh. Quite fragile, the vocals. High-pitched. The staging here needs to be really stripped back. This is very nice, but I think it will be forgotten in between Arvingana and Danny. So I'm not entirely sure this song is going to progress. It's certainly the quietest track of the bunch, but I really don't mind it. Yeah, you could definitely have somebody like Dotter singing that. Not bad at all, not bad at all. Now finally, here he is. Danny Saucedo with Dandy Dancer. Let's see if this is any good. Okay, it's got that sort of modern disco pop sound. Carl Johan Rosmark and Danny Saucedo himself have written this. Bit funky. Daft Punk. Okay, oh. This is fairly underwhelming. Good beat, but yeah, this is okay. but it's really lacking anything spectacular about it, in all honesty. Not enough oomph. But it's a nice sound, which is very welcome. But I'll be totally honest, I don't think that's very strong. Which probably means Sweden will vote it through directly to the final without Danny even breaking a sweat. So there it is. My word, did I ramble and repeat myself there. Long video this, but my thoughts, and I will need to listen to them in full, which I will do, of course, at some point, and I'll listen to these clips again too. Kadiatu, I said in a video ages ago that I thought she was worth keeping an eye on because I just got this feeling that she was going to be a serious breakout hit in this year's Melfest. It's an alright song, but it's not maybe as impressive as some of us were hoping for. Lilla Sister, that sounds promising, but as it is a somewhat divisive genre, will there be enough support for it? I don't know. Jessica Randashon, not bad, not high impact. That shouldn't really matter. This is still in with a decent chance of making at least the second chance round. Paul Ray, I'm tempted to say he's going directly to the final. I thought that was actually perhaps the best song here. Arvingana, fun, and they have support. Second chance round beckons, I think. Natalie Breidolf, I think, will just end up being forgotten, but it's a very sweet ballad. It's just a shame that it doesn't stand out enough in between the two more up-tempo tracks. And then Danny Salcedo, I'm sure he'll go through, but I was fairly disappointed with his number, I'll be totally honest with you. So that's it. Let me know your thoughts. If I really had to make a very rough prediction right now, I would say that Danny and Paul will go directly to the final, and I think Arvingana and probably Kadiatu will go through to the second chance round, ahead of Jessica, ahead of Lilla Sister, and ahead of Natalie. But I really can't sit here and judge too much at the moment because I've only heard 1 minute of each song. I've no idea what the performances are going to look like. I think we'll get rehearsal footage tomorrow, and then of course on Saturday, which is also my birthday, we will find out which two songs progress directly to the final and which two songs go to the second chance round. We've also got the Lithuanian national final on that day. Will it be the Roop? The juries might have something to say about that. And we have another heat in Norway, and in my personal opinion, it's between Kano and Tix still at this stage. Whatever it is, anything Eurovision related, let me know in the comments. Hopefully the quality wasn't too bad. I'll be back at some point soon. In fact, I think it will be this Saturday because we're getting snippets of the Croatian contenders, I think. Mia Negovetic is one to keep an eye out for there. Oh dear. Not the most exciting video, but these videos will happen now every week as we get more Melfest songs. I think this is the 3rd year I'm doing this, and do keep an eye on my social media pages, links in the description. There will be a blog post soon about the Ukrainian song. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and bye for now.